All right, so now they clear the ring. The other champions of this weight division, Marcos Maidana in the WBA, Floyd Mayweather, WBC and WBO, and Sean Porter, the IBF. Basically, Mayweather will be giving up the WBO as Pat Russell, another Army veteran, is the third man in the ring, and he's a very, very, very good referee. So we're set to go. 12 rounds. You might have heard Lupe Contreras say the last time Bradley came in here was with that war with Ruslan Provednikov, and we expect the same sort of thing tonight. Here we go.
My God, what a war that was.
Round number one. Of course, Bradley is decked out in the blue trunks, starting very fast. Vargas very relaxed, isn't he?
He was smiling all week long, you know, and even in the face-offs, he was cracking smiles. I mean, that's just how he is, and I think that's part of his demeanor, and it's good because it shows some maturity, that he's not anxious and nervous. At least he's not showing it, Colonel.
Well, this is a huge stage for him, too, fighting on HBO in the United States, which is a big deal. You people have had the opportunity to see him that watch our world telecast. As a matter of fact, Jesse worked at me in the last telecast we had for Top Rank.
So maybe two future broadcasters here in the ring tonight.
Carlos doesn't want to hear that.
There's not enough jobs to go around. Everybody wants to do this.
Well, they got a few more years to go, both of these guys.
And you're right, Colonel. I think Jesse Vargas is very relaxed. He's got a very good jab. I think he's going to have to use that constantly to keep Timothy Bradley on the outside. I think that's going to be the way to go. Nice jab right there. So
Jesse really showing some hand speed in this fight against Tim, who has decent hand speed himself.
All right, we're holding. Stop.
Tim almost looks like he's going to try to outgrit this guy. But Jesse, you know, he doesn't have that sort of demeanor that he's going to be intimidated by him. Look at him, he gets hit. And Bradley mentioned that too when we talked to him yesterday, that, you know, he has respect for him because when you do hit him, he comes right back. If you want to ignite Jesse Vargas, hit him.
But I think that Timothy Bradley's also worked on power, and I think he's trying to test that power and see what's going to happen when he hits Jesse.
No, he's definitely worked on his power, and he's trying to unleash it here in the early going. It make Vargas feel his power early. And again, this is by far Jesse's toughest opponent, in spite of the fact that he's won world titles.
I found it interesting this week too, Colonel, that Tim Bradley said he doesn't want to leave this in the hands of the judges. We were ringside for his fight against Diego Chavez, which turned out to be a draw, but a lot of people thought he won that fight. So I think that's part of the reason, Carlos, why he did work on the power, because he wants to try to get a knockout and not leave it to the judges' hands. But neither one of these guys known for their knockout power.
Exactly, and that's what he said. He said, I needed to go back to the drawing board and figure out how I can hurt some people and knock some people out.
Well, this is a terrific fight so far. I mean, we're only in the second round, but both of these guys want it so bad. You can almost feel the determination of Bradley, though. Vargas is, because he is a relaxed fighter, and he gets his power from the relaxation, too. I mean, he's got 26 victories and only 9 knockouts, so he's not a big knockout puncher. He caught Tim with a decent left hook that time, though. Tim was a little bit off balance coming in, and that gets the adrenaline flow for Tim. Tim's still up on his toes. Boy, that left jab of Vargas is a punch.
But he just got hit with 2 beautiful jabs by Bradley, the stiff jabs. So they're exchanging jabs right now, and I think that it's still a chess match.
And these guys throw their jabs like a punch. Or I should say maybe better, their jabs are punches.
Yeah, there's a not feeling out jab. You know, they're trying to land it. It's a stiff jab, trying to stop the guy from coming in.
And technically, they both throw it perfect with a drive from the back foot and get everything into their jabs. Pat Russell says your hands are free, keep going. Jesse loads up a shot, right back comes Timothy. How do you like it, folks? This is pretty good, huh? Tim doesn't want to give much ground to this youngster, and he wants to prove I'm not too old to fight anymore, no matter what Eric Morales says. Jesse not getting our first as much as Timothy is, though.
Well, absolutely. Like right now, Timothy is taking the play away from him. He's backing him up and he's working him. And Jesse is just kind of reacting, trying to counterpunch, but so far he hasn't had a lot of success. It's a nice jab with an uppercut right there, because what Bradley's doing is coming in and bending down as he walks in. So that's a good idea. Get that uppercut going. And Timothy's throwing combinations. There it is again.
Well, that's exactly what Tim wants to do, is keep pressure on this guy constantly. Keep constant pressure on him, and he's executing that so far. This is round 3. It's again a championship fight. WBO welterweight title is at stake here. And Bradley wants the title so bad he doesn't have a strap right now. Vargas will still be the 140-pound champ. And the crowd in favor of Tim Bradley.
And Tim just landed a nice left hook on the way into that one, and then stepped out. Now he takes a jab, a nice jab by Vargas.
Tim just constantly has him under pressure, trying to set up. And Vargas said he can't get into a slugfest with this guy. He's got to outbox him. And he said you heard him yesterday when he was talking to us. I got to be smart in here against this guy. But Bradley's taking the play away from him for the best I can see.
He said I have to box smart. He said, but if I have to, I'll go to war. So I'm going to see right now. He's boxing. He's trying to find a way to outscore Bradley, to land that jab and get that right hand behind the jab. That's what he has to do. So far, he hasn't been able to land the right hand. So he just missed it again.
Right.
That's the jab, baby. That's the jab.
He's got the jab. His jab is fine. You know, he does have a 2-inch advantage in his jab, and that's why Tim is trying to duck and come underneath when he comes inside and throw his shots. If the last round was real close with 56 seconds to go, I get Bradley out in front in this round. Oh, he loaded up a right hand.
That one was close.
Very close.
I think that landed on the chest, so man, just a little bit more and then on that chin, and you know what can happen.
Either the chest or the side of the cheek, or a little bit of both. But you're right. That's the punch that Vargas would love to be able to land. Said Tim lands a right hand of his own. Pat lets him go if they have one hand free. Dermot Bayless is the twin brother of the referee from Las Vegas, Kenny Bayless. All those jabs that Vargas is throwing, of course, falling short. I'll tell you one thing, we got a prize fight here, folks. This is tough stuff.
And Jesse, I think, has a little bit of a bruise in the right eye on the eyebrow, and let's hope it doesn't get any worse, because that can be dangerous.
Bradley sets up right in front of him, loads up the right hand. And just as you mentioned that eye of Jesse, I think he dropped that right on top of him. Bradley almost tripped over the outstretched front foot. Bradley, don't forget, is 4 inches shorter than Jesse as well, so he's punching up all the time. Jesse has got his shots going down at a little bit of an angle. The chance go up to Tim Bradley. And again, he loads up his punch so hard that he loses his balance and almost falls down. Jesse smiles at him. About a minute left in round number 4. It's a decent Bradley round now.
Yeah, Bradley right now is getting the best of the inside. He's landing shots upper body to the body and to the head with little uppercuts.
I'll tell you one thing. You talk about determination. Tim Bradley is one determined dude. And both of these guys are great guys. You know, every time somebody does something good one way or the other, I'm rooting for them because they're both terrific guys. Nice jab. Tim's done a great job getting in there, considering he's short of getting in, getting that jab off, and getting back out.
Well, it's really shown that hand speed is a little bit quicker than Jesse Vargas, even though he's younger. Timothy Bradley's hand speed is very nice.
It's really showing, and it looked in that combination of punches there considerably fast. Right at the belly, clips Vargas again. We're both on the same page, but we got there different ways.
Yeah, 39 to, yeah, right, 37 actually. I have them up by 2.
WBO welterweight championship of the world on the line. Tim Bradley in blue. Jesse Vargas, the 140-pound champ, in white, undefeated at 26-0, 9 KOs. Bradley 31-1. He's only lost one fight, and that was to Manny Pacquiao, but he also has a win over Manny. Oh, look at this, up and down. Tim Bradley to the body, back upstairs. Jesse's seeing things I don't think he's seen before in his career from Tim Bradley.
Yep.
Bradley seems to have a second win right now here in the 5th round. He's like a buzzsaw at this moment. And Jesse's saying, what the heck am I in with this guy? Wow.
Yeah, Jesse, he's got a great jab. If he can just figure out how to do something behind that jab, he could change the tide. But right now, the only thing that's working for him is that jab. I don't see him really landing the right hand.
He's got to, you said it, he's got to land right hands, and Tim is landing right hands. And remember, it's Jesse who has the advantage. It's at this stage now that what he said yesterday, he's going to have to mix it up with Bradley. He's going to have to put his ears back and just go ahead and mix it up with Tim. Mano a mano, as they say.
Whoa.
Fifth round action. Tim, I think, has outboxed him through the first couple of minutes here of the 5th round as well.
And there's a beautiful double jab to land both shots landed.
Tim, with that uppercut, he tried it 3 times in a row. He got a piece of it 1 time. Tim is slick when he throws the right hand. He gets out of there. He throws something else behind it when he throws that uppercut, which is smart. It's a great punch and a dangerous punch, unless you have something coming behind it. And that Bradley really aggressive in this fight. Whoa! Windmills a shot.
That right hand landed.
Nice right hand, yeah. And Jesse, to me, seems almost a little bewildered, like he can't figure this guy out whatsoever. But he's not frustrated. He doesn't have a look of frustration on his face.
He's just being outworked right now. That's all. I mean, he's in the fight. He just got to figure out, get other punches behind his jab. The right hand, the left hook.
Again, both of these guys were very relaxed and very confident yesterday. To me, there's almost more pressure on Tim Bradley, and he's performing that way tonight, that there's an urgency for Timothy.
I think he was the 4-1 favorite coming into tonight, and obviously a lot of people talking about Bradley being in a different class than Jesse and seeing if Jesse's ready to step up. So I would have to agree that I think the pressure falls on Bradley's shoulders. And a lot of people, even when this fight was announced, Colonel, they weren't that excited about it. They didn't think that it was really going to be much competition for Bradley. But the addition of Eric Morales, and as we've seen tonight, Jesse's game in there. It's been a great fight so far.
Game, he's in there, but Bradley is, in my opinion, taking the last couple of rounds and in the process of turning things very much in his favor if Jesse can't grab a round or two here pretty quick. So we're in round 6.
He's got hit with the right hand.
Bradley up on his toes, constantly moving all the time. Jesse still has that grin on his face, so he's relaxed enough. But he's got to, as Carlos said, I don't know, it was the last round or the round before, he's got to find a place for that right hand.
And I think Timothy Bradley is looking for that. I see there it is again. Every time he throws it, he gets under it. So I think he's got to change it up. He's got to try to hit that, throw that right hand to the body and come back with a hook so he can land it.
And Tim at times will even fight small. He'll go down, unleash his assault, and then come right back upstairs. He doesn't throw one punch at a time very often. Slowed down just a bit at this particular moment.
Whoa, 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 let his head out. Pick it up. Pick it up a little bit. Pick him up.
This round now with a minute to go that Vargas can still pull this round out, and he needs it. As I say that, he clips Tim high on the left side of the cheek, right underneath that left eye. Works downstairs. Vargas moving a lot better, but Tim continues to be on the assault. He's the aggressor, there's no question about it.
Well, he's got him on the run right now, and you know, and even though I think this is one of Jesse's better rounds, I mean, he's landing some really good punches inside, but he's still on the run, and he's going to have to make a stand. Jesse so far hasn't done anything. Hasn't tried to throw a punch. He's got hit with another right hand.
Tim is like a machine.
That's another one.
Lands a solid right hand, and that's something that Vargas, he hasn't been able to land that right hand. He's waiting too much for this guy, and Tim caught him with a good body shot. He was more off balance when he hit the ropes. Had he not been so close to the ropes, he would have gone down with that body shot. No smile on the face of Vargas right now either.
And it's surprising that, you know, Bradley's out jabbing him right now. I mean, his jabs are landing. Jesse's are not. They're falling short, you know, because he's not stepping in from that back foot into the jab right now. He's staying outside, afraid he's going to get hit with right hands, and he's catching him.
Jesse doesn't seem to have the will right now like Tim has. I don't know. I know he's got plenty of heart. He's proven it in his close fights. Been on the receiving end of a lot of punches in this round by Tim. Tim loads up the left hook, but it doesn't catch him. Jesse bangs him by the head coming out of it.
Okay, free hands. Free him up, Justin. Free him up. Free him up, Tim. No need me.
Come on, Jesse! Come on, Jesse!
All right, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't lean on. Step out. There you go, Tim. Turn this way.
Actually slowed down just a bit. Tim back up on his toes now. And now you get an idea he wants to pick up the pace again. Bradley to the left of your screen. Misses that right hand, but he gets his balance right back. Done that a couple of times tonight where he's really loaded up the right hand, and that goes to what, Christina, you were saying in his training, that he really wants to make a statement about power punching. Comes Vargas coming in. I understand from our producer Marty Corwin that in the corner of Timothy Bradley that Joel Diaz, his trainer, told him he's way ahead. I don't think that's a good thing to tell your fighter.
That's not a good idea. I never heard my manager, the trainer in the corner, tell me the score of the fight. You know.
If I could take a guess as to why Joel said that, it's probably because he wants Bradley to be smart and to box. I think that if he knows that he's ahead and is going to try to protect a lead, that maybe he'll be smarter.
Well, that's a good point.
But he's made a couple of mistakes right now. He's swinging from the fences and getting off balance, and it's dangerous that he can get caught and get hurt, you know, with those kind of shots where he's off balance and falling through the ropes.
And when he fell through the ropes, immediately Vargas tried to jump on him. So that is not really in line with what, if that was Joel's thinking. And again, Vargas, who I think needs to turn it up a notch, continues to back off. He said he had to fight, fight smart.
He needs to throw more combinations.
And far more right hands. Bradley in the blue continues to be the aggressor. Jesse tries the counter punch. There's the right hand a little on the low side. Pat Russell tells him so. No smile on the face of Vargas in this round either in round 9. Tim goes upstairs, partially blocking the shoulder of Jesse Vargas. The right hand scores. Left hook. Boy, Tim's doing all the scoring.
Yeah.
Dan touched him up with that jab, in and out, in and out. Bradley's fighting a terrific fight. I mean, he's boxing terrifically tonight. Catches him with the uppercut on the inside. Everything's working for
Absolutely.
Tim. Nothing's really working for Jesse, and everything seems to be working for Tim.
Nice right hand to the body. See, it's just that he can't seem to catch him with the right hand, and he has nothing else. I like to see him step in with a jab and try a hook. Hook to the body, hook to the head. But
well, Vargas does have a good jab, but he hasn't thrown anything else, and that's just not enough against a guy that can box like Tim Bradley.
Oh.
And especially the way Tim Bradley's fighting tonight.
Well, he's just taking him apart right now.
Oh, another liver shot that time. It'll go to the conditioning of Jesse Vargas. He'll be a sore puppy tomorrow. Bradley engages first once again in the 10th. There has to be an urgency now for Jesse Vargas. They have to have told him, you're over in that corner. And Christina, I think you could see the sense of urgency over there.
Yeah, they're looking down at the monitor, kind of watching the fight down here, but you can tell that in their face that they're quite anxious and trying to discuss what the next, instructions is going to be for him. But it has to be busier, be first, and be more aggressive, because right now he's not. Yeah,
they're out of time for instructions. This guy, like I said a couple of rounds ago, you better put your ears back and just let it fly. And Carlos Palomino said, you got to engage, man. It's time. This is championship time now. 10th, 11th, 12th round.
Well, in my opinion, he's just shown that he's very one-dimensional, because he can't figure out anything else besides that jab with right hand behind that. So it's like he has no variety in his arsenal to be able to ad-lib, and do something else besides the jab on the right hand.
Tim gave one of those shots behind his head out of frustration more than anything. Neither fighter has been down. Nobody really shaken. Bradley has loaded up shots throughout the course of the fight.
See, right there, Bradley threw a wild right hand, went off balance, and he's not able to capitalize on that. So it's.
Tim has been quicker on his feet. His hands have been quicker. He's thrown more punches that have landed. His punches have been more accurate, and that's why he's ahead in the fight. Corner of Jesse Vargas right next to us, and there's an urgency now. At least from the corner with 40 seconds to go in round 10. Not a big round for Timothy Bradley, but he's winning the round.
I also see that maybe Jesse has gotten hurt in those inside exchanges because he said, you know, if he had to, he would go inside and he would battle, and he hasn't done that. So I think that maybe early in the rounds he got hurt in there, and so he's not willing to exchange inside.
Jesse in the white trunks waits for Tim to come in and engage. Tries to counter him. And you're right, Carlos, from the meetings yesterday, he said that there would be times when he would go to war inside with Tim, and he just hasn't done it. When Tim has got inside, he's tried to counter a little bit, but he hasn't gone inside to try to, you know, beat him up inside. Almost cut Tim flush on the jaw with the right hand. And if that's what he was waiting for and being smart, he almost was the smartest guy of the night. And, you know, again, that left eye of Bradley is closing up. So it's time for Vargas to try to take advantage of that if he's not seeing well and go with more of those right hands. And we've been calling for the right hand all night.
But you know, it's like he landed a vicious right hand, and he's not taking advantage of it. He's not, you know, there's no urgency. I mean, you gotta attack now. You landed that right hand. You gotta try to do some damage, and he's not attacking.
Looks like he might be a little gassed too, and that's another situation. We are in the 11th round, and the fight that's had a pretty tough pace to it. And all of Bradley's fights have a tough pace. You know, it's at this stage in fights, if you remember the Provednikov fight, that Tim got clipped and was in big trouble at the end. So for Jesse Vargas fans, that's the hope. For Timothy Bradley fans, really all Tim has to do is survive and box for the next 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, Tim's just got to be careful not to get too reckless. He's done a great job of boxing through the fight. We have him way up on the card, so as long as he doesn't get too reckless and get caught with something that could really be devastating, he should be all right.
Well, he's lucky that Vargas is not a puncher, because that right hand, if he was a puncher, he would have gone to sleep.
Tim fighting very smart right now in this round. He doesn't want to get into a situation where, in the Provednikov fight, where he walked into something late and really had to hang on to win, even though it was one of the greatest fights he ever fought. But this will go down as a terrific fight for Timothy Bradley. And as a fighter, and again, as he engages, past the halfway mark now, the 12th and final round. Bradley cuts loose with his right hand again. He would love to knock this guy out, but he doesn't want to be careless either. Less than a minute to go, and you keep waiting for Jesse to do something. Both hands, Jesse. Bradley fights a very cautious and very smart 12th round, because he's still winning the 12th round.
Oh, that was a headbutt.
Heads came together again. Vargas, you know, he's out of time. There's no urgency here for him.
That's right. He's not. I mean, he should be. There's got to be a.
Oh! He caught Tim. Tim almost went down. There's an urgency now with 16 seconds to go. Tim got clipped. That's the first time that anyone's been close to going down. Closing seconds of the fight. And like the Provednikov fight.
What?
No.
He stopped him.
What happened at the end?
Oh.
No, it was 10 seconds, and he thought that fight was over. He thought it was the bell.
This fight,
clap.
I don't think this fight's over yet. I think there's 10 seconds to go.
He heard the clap and thought it was over, but he wasn't listening for the bell.
Vargas thinks that he's won the fight. Well, it ends. Well, we're going to have to get an explanation, because he heard the clappers. And to me, there'd be 10 seconds left to go.
He just told the judge, I did not stop the fight. Pat Russell just told him, I did not stop the fight. So we're going to need to get some clarity here, Colonel.
Yeah, and we need to get everybody out of the way.
Well, it's simple, really. He thought the clapper was the bell.
Correct.
And he waved when he thought it was over. He thought the fight was over. Unfortunately, and there was no knockdown scored either, but it's a big advantage for Bradley because he has all this time to recover.
All right, well, I'm going to head inside and see what's going on.
All right. Vargas thinks he's won the fight, and he hasn't.
If I'm mistaken, I'm mistaken. No, I did not stop.
I guess what they're going to do,
Thank you. I thought I heard the bell.
Pat Russell thought he heard the bell, so they're going to go to the scorecards.
We're going to give him Vargas a 10. He won that round, but he doesn't win the fight.
I heard the bell.
I scored at 117, 112 in favor of Timothy Bradley. Vargas thought he won the fight. He thought that Pat stopped it when he almost knocked him down, and there was no knockdown.
But you heard him twice, you know, but...
Now, here's the right hand. Watch this. And he gets nailed right on the chin. And he's almost ready to go.
Yep.
And here's the sense of urgency.
But he's got an amazing ability to recover and survive.
And here's the very end now. Now, Pat thinks that he heard the bell, and he says that's it.
Yeah.
And Vargas thinks he won the fight. They're not going to fight the last 10 seconds, obviously. They're just going to score. And the simple explanation is Pat thought he heard the bell. Unfortunate for Jesse Vargas because, you know, Jesse still thinks he won the fight. Bradley's not quite sure what happened. But, you know, I was in the process of saying, remember the Provednikov fight when he got clipped late in that fight, too.
Yeah.
And he had to hang on, and eventually it worked out that way for him. I'm quite confident when they go to the scorecards, you'll see that Bradley has won this fight. Carlos and I pretty close to that, scoring 117, 112.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Referee Pat Russell signaled the end of the round, not the end of the fight. As a result, we consult the official scorecard to determine a winner. Judge Lucas scores it 116 to 112. Rocky Young 117 to 111. And Judge Bayless scores it 115 to 112. For the winner, by way of unanimous decision, and now, interim WBO welterweight world champion, Desert Storm, Timothy